Okay, today we're covering metal roofing panels. I've got several things to show you on the panel itself. Before we do that, there's a mistake I've got to work around up here, which is this gap down here where I did not pull this decking and let it overlap and overhang, and then put this paneling and trim up against the bottom of the decking, and it left this gap here because when I put this paneling stuff I didn't bring that up enough, which on the other side I did, and down there on the other end I did, but this side I didn't. I can either go through the trouble of filling this with something or trying to fill it with something, but still that wouldn't be real good grip for my screw holes. So what I'm doing here is measuring this. Find out I've got a 2 1/4 inches before I get into the decking where a screw can really hold. And right here for my drip edge, that is 3 1/2. I'm gonna let this metal overhang 1 1/2 inches past the drip edge, and then the 3 1/2 of the drip edge would put the top part of the drip edge underneath this at the 5-inch mark, the other end of the drip edge at the 1 1/2 inch mark. So from here to 5 inches, I'm going to have drip edge underneath there. So if I put my screws at 3 1/2 inches right here, I'll be right in the middle of that drip edge. It'll pin the metal roofing and the drip edge down very securely. As you can see, I already have some screws in it to hold it in place until that happens. I'm just going to be covering the things that you and I might forget and in between doing these jobs. Tools that I'm needing here are, of course, that tape measure, a square, the level, the screws, of course. They're special screws for metal work. They've got these washers with gaskets under them. A 1/4 inch magnetic socket that goes in the cordless. And I won't be using the little cheap Black & Decker, even though I like using that on roofs and stuff, because if I drop it, it's cheap, I can replace it easily. I will be using the Porter cable. It's got a much more accurate chuck on it, and I need the accurate chuck to keep from squishing this gasket too much, because then it'll leak, and to squish it just the right amount so it'll seal off. That reminds me, I need to get the caulk gun with the pure silicone in it. It's white 100% silicone, and a little tiny dab of this underneath that washer makes it much more likely to seal off. And then a little dab over and around the washer after it's put in place is extra protection. Also some tin snips, and for when we get to the other edge, and one panel on one edge is definitely not going to be the right width, so I'll have to make a long cut on 2 panels, and that's what I've got the nibblers for. When it comes to that, I'll be dragging the compressor out. Of course, a nail bag is absolutely essential, but it doesn't have to be an expensive one. This is like one of the cheapest ones that Lowe's or Home Depot has. Want me to put links in the description below? Let me know in the comments, and I'll put links to the stuff in there. Now, the reason I have these is because I want to pre-drill or use a good sharp framing nail and a hammer and knock some holes in it. The 3 1/2, 3 1/2. And down here on the edge, double up on screws. Okay, you see how it's got that little tail right there? And it's on my right. There's a reason for that. And the reason is because the next panel goes down on top of that. It does not have that tail. And then there'll be the tail on the other right-hand side, and repeat, repeat, repeat. That way, when that's sitting on top of this and the wind blows, it go across that, go over, and not trying to get underneath the seam. The reason I'm doing it that way and starting over here is this left-hand side is facing south. That right-hand side is facing north. And here in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, we have mostly really high winds coming from the north and ripping towards the south. So that's what the screw placement is going to look like at the bottom. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8 at the bottom, and then 5, and then 5, and then up here, because my panels are just a little bit less than 8 foot, and I have this ridge cap which is going to go on top of it, I'm only going to have one more row, and that one more row, since it's in the end, is not going to be 5 like these in the middle. It's gonna be 8 like this down here at the end. And then I'll have this ridge cap that goes on top. But the screws going into this ridge cap are not gonna help hold down the panels, because these screws are gonna go in here into the tops. So it's actually gonna be this that's holding the ridge mount. So it needs to have 2 screws each place, just like the bottom, to be really solidly held to the shed, because it's not only holding itself at the top, it's also holding that ridge cap. Because those screws that go through the ridge cap will go through the ridge cap into this, and then the screw will be just basically mostly right there. Now you can see by the height of it that a little tip of it will go through all of that and go into the decking, but not a lot. That this edge right here that goes over the gable, I'm pushing that out an extra 1/2 inch, so it does overlap a 1/2 inch, which is one of the reasons why I'll be putting these screws here instead of here instead of there, because I've got this pushed out over the edge, and I've got that gap that normally I wouldn't have if I'd have done my decking. Okay, so here's the back side so far, and I've got to cut that last piece lengthways before putting it up there, and I've got these overlapping 1/2 inch, these sticking out 1.5 inches. Got my little supervisor right there. Yeah, I know, I'm trying to do it. He's reminding me that it's very cloudy, and the least tiniest bit of rain makes this stuff just as slick can be. So can't work on this at all with even the tiniest bit of rain. And I've only got 2 panels on this other side, so there's another 3 to go here before I get to the cut piece, and then I'll probably do the cut pieces tomorrow. The whole playlist with the rest of the shed build should appear in the corner. The link to the next video should be in the other corner.